All right, your girl landed in Chicago last night, and I have to shave my legs because I went to the store last night and I had to get some razors because I realized that this conference is at a 4-star hotel, and that means they got a pool, and I'm not about to be freaking Elma Flintstone over here. Is that her name? With some hairy gargantuan Asheville legs, because we're not doing the hippie legs at the event. I'm getting a full-on tan, and if I have hairy legs, I'm not going to get a full tan. If I'm even going to be tanning, because I'm going to be with my ascended comrades at this event, because it's the Ascended Master Conference. I'm so excited. What a profound evening I had last night. I can't even begin to recount, but turns out I'm not fucking crazy. I mean, I knew I wasn't, but you don't realize how much of a simulation this world is until you really know. You know what I mean? And you can only know by experience, not by thinking it. It's like you have to realize that this place is a fucking Matrix. Like the movie The Matrix, man, they don't have nothing on this real reality of like what it really means to be. I have to say, can I just endorse? I got a 3-pack of these for $7, and wow, look at my leg, y'all. Fucking endorsing the hell out of these razors. I haven't used a disposable razor since I was in high school, probably, because I just use those the ones that you just buy the blades for, like the stainless steel ones that last forever. But I didn't bring such a thing, and man, this is fancy. It moves, it glides, the head moves and swivels as you shave. Anyways, I didn't even have to put soap or anything on my leg. It just did it for me. Fascinating. Anyways, so now we got to do the other one. I got to check out at 11, and it is probably 10:30 by. I don't even know what to say. Like, I wish. I don't know. Can I show you the before? Can you see how? Like, I've got a good ½ inch. Oh, I've got inch-long hairs. Oh, you can't see. Can you see? No, you can't see. I mean, that's pretty hairy, I have to say. What is the point of this video? To just say hey, and, dude, it's about to go down. That's all I gotta say. This shit's about to go down. I mean, the things that I was talking about in my last video about like demons, and how I've been talking about them more, like demons and discarnate souls. It's amazing. And like the separate selves that are dissolving. It's amazing to like see in real time, like my friend who's who picked me up from the airport, longtime subscriber. He turned me on to Archaics along with another friend of mine, and it's amazing how Archaics says the same stuff around like what the Ascended Masters are talking about. And so I think it's really beautiful that we can all like have our different paths to get there. But what's cool about the Ascended Masters is like when you invoke the light and the protection of the Masters, you don't need certain like substances, for example, to like help you sleep at night or help you regulate your nervous system, because the invocations and decrees help you do that. And it's been amazing to see like my friend like use certain medicines to get to that level of consciousness in himself, and like doing the work to resolve the separate selves. I mean, he wasn't referring to it as that, but I know what he's doing because I have the terminology and the vocab to like, when you dissolve these identities and the reactionary patterns that you used to do, and you really question why you have a reaction around something, like that's the separate selves. Like separate selves come in pairs, right? They're the this or that thinking, like it's like very strong convictions of like I have to have this type of identity you know, when really that identity is a self. It's a separate entity that you took on. It's a mask that you took on to wear. And we have many of them. There's like, yeah, so it's interesting to see like how I feel like I'm supposed to like bring the masters, like the awareness of the masters to people like me that are avatars, that apparently Archaics talks about too. I mean, it's not new. Like, it's not like he's the only one talking about it. It's been known throughout time and history, and I have a video that I haven't put out yet because it got really juicy. And it talked about, you know, stuff that, you know, is real, like, you know, demons and how they latch on, and, you know, fallen beings and the fallen consciousness, and my experience with dating one of them. And just how, like, you know, when you have trauma, you have a lot of trauma, you open yourself up to, I've said this before, but when you have a lot of trauma, you open yourself up to have other things come in. It's kind of like a form of, yeah, like that's the reason why trauma is so prevalent in the world, and abuse, because of the fallen beings, like, you know, torturing everyone to have their inroad into people's consciousness to feed off of them. And then they perpetuate the abuse by, you know, when you have your neurology hardwired, or not hardwired, but wired to abuse, and your endocrine system, your hormone reality is so used to a certain thing. You're so used to a certain dynamic that you don't even realize, like, you've been conditioned to be food, like legitimate, energetic food for an entity inside someone else. The demon inside someone else, you know? And so I had this like epiphany last night where I was realizing, like, I could actually physically understand the difference, like sensation wise, of what I've been experiencing of not surrounding myself with people like that, because I've been noticing that my energy bounces back to me, because the people that I have been surrounding myself with, like at work, for example, and new friendships, my energy comes back, and I'm not used to my energy like bouncing off and coming back, because they don't need anything from me. They're not trying to get anything from me. They're not using me as a food source. And I'm used to being used as a food source, I realized, because of the people that I surrounded myself with. And not that it's comfortable or I prefer it, but it's like when it's all you've ever known, you know, whenever I have something else, when I have goodness in my life, I'm like, oh, that's not familiar. Like, what's going on here? Why am I so anxious now? Oh, because my energy's back, you know? I'm not actually anxious. I'm just sitting with my own energy, which I'm not used to. So anyways, going back to, I don't even know where I was going with all that, but it's very interesting. And to see how that subtle difference that's so palpable, actually, it's not subtle at all. And so it's like I get the opportunity to change where I put my energy, and to not be a food source. And I think for so long, I just thought that was just how things were, based off of my experiences. I feel like I have enough hair to create a coat for someone. Do you want a coat out of leg hair? That's so gross. I'm so sorry for that visual. But again, this is just A+ for this razor, dude. Not cutting me at all. Like, I'm going fast. I'm having to like get through layers of hair, you know. But yeah, I think that like once you can see past the layers of illusion of density, because like it's so often the case that we believe what we see. We believe that this world is what it is, but it really is a reality simulator. And then it's like, my friend was describing it as like, you know, well, the Ascended Masters talk about how, like, heaven, the Ascended realms, they're duality proof. Like, they're evil proof, they're duality proof, because you literally cannot go up in consciousness with duality as your lens. You can only ascend in consciousness when you wake up. You wake up into the reality that we're all one. And it's not this or that, me or you. It's like, oh, I've been in a delusional insane asylum called Earth, which is also schoolroom Earth. And I feel like my divine plan, what I'm here to do is help other avatars like me remember who we are, so that we manifest what we came here to do, which is to be an example. Like Christ was the avatar for the Piscean age, and we are the avatars for the Aquarian age, because we are here to show everyone that they can be in their total self-actualization, Christ self, Christ consciousness. So he was the one in the Piscean age, and now there's tens of thousands of us that chose to come here to exemplify that same thing. It's so funny because I always felt like, because I shut Christianity out. There was something I didn't trust about my culture growing up in the Southern Baptist world. I was not, my parents never forced me to go to church. I think my dad was more afraid of it. But as I grew older, I just always knew that Christ, Jesus, I always knew he was like me. I knew he was my brother. I just knew it. I just can't explain it. I just have always known that. And I just always felt safe knowing that, I just knew that, like, these are my people, these Ascended Masters, they're my people, they're here to help me remember who I am, because they helped me construct this whole lifetime and many lifetimes on Earth that I've had to undergo resolving all of my psychology. I've really got to speed this up, actually, because I don't know, I'm probably really close to time to checking out, and I got to get my deposit back. But yeah, I just knew as soon as I woke up on the path, I knew this was my last lifetime. And my last, when I got in my car accident, I don't know if I told you guys about that, but I got in a car accident like earlier this year, and it like catapulted me into the Ascended Master teachings even more, and particularly catapulted me into Guru Ma, who was, her last embodiment was Elizabeth Clare Prophet for the Summit Lighthouse. And then yesterday, on the plane, I had this inkling. I mean, I've been getting really close to her, but I opened her book back up that she, through Kim Michaels, and it opened up right to the page where it was like, I am here for the people that have written into their divine plan that they're ready to ascend after this lifetime. Like, I'm here for the very mature, spiritually evolved souls that are ready to, like, we're going, we're ready, And it's not like when I say, like, we're going, we're leaving. It's just like, no, I came here to do some work in this lifetime and to resolve all of my psychology, all of my separate selves, all the bullshit. It ends with me in this life. And I know that. And I'm claiming that, and nothing is going to get in the way of that. Not some bullshit ass little fucking boy, some bullshit ass man-child that is half a ghost house, half a freaking agent not an agent, but those NPCs, non-player characters, or I don't know, as my friend called it. I'm not going to be overran by any deity, entities, demons trying to, like, pull on me with the sex stuff, the sex demons, the fucking, none of it. I think for so long I just was, like, literally overran and swamped by these entities and demons, and just trying to like starve my light and energy, like constantly feeling attacked. And I just realized like I don't even have to feed that shit anymore. I feel like maybe I just had this illusion that I had to, like it was my job or something, or that I had no free will because nobody was going to listen to me say no. Because for so long, no one listened to me say no. There's so much of my lifetime in this life in early childhood that I don't conveniently remember. And why is it that I have had like irrational fears of just like having my boundaries crossed over and over again, and my no's not meaning anything? Wonder what must have happened to me. I don't think it really matters ultimately, like the stories and whys, but it's like, oh, the psychology is being resolved that, hey, actually, I have agency and can, and I have dominion over my consciousness and my own free will, and I don't have to tolerate certain things, you know? And what's really cool about a boundary, this might blow your mind, and this is like parenting 101. A boundary doesn't require anything of the other person. So when you're saying, oh, you're not respecting my boundaries, no, baby. That's your preferences. Your boundaries require nothing of the other person. So, for example, here's one. If you continue to talk about this, I am going to get up and I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive away. Or, if you continue to speak about these things, if you continue to do this behavior, if you continue to do this, I am going to remove myself. You don't have to do a damn thing. You can keep talking about all the bullshit you want to talk about, you know, until the cows come home, but you ain't going to be around me. One of my last interactions in the flesh with my dad, he was like puffed out and like talking to me like, I can do whatever I want, this is my house. I was like, you damn right you can. You ain't gonna do it in front of me and my kid. Bye, bitch. I did not say it like that. It was way more respectful. I was just like, yes, you can, and you're not gonna do it with me here. Agency. You have agency. Great, this leg is looking fabulous. I can't wait to reveal what I have. I really need to get going though. I'm not kidding. They have a deposit, and if you check out later than 11, they'll keep that shit. I'm really enjoying Chicago thus far. This is amazing. I'm really excited to be here. And it's been profound, like the meeting and just the conversations had last night and just the epiphanies had and found. It's just like I am literally getting what I asked for. Be careful. Not even be careful. Demand that shit. When you know that you're ready, be prepared to be met with that energy of like that will make you ready. I called this in and I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next level. Give it to me. I understand what that means. The implications. I've had enough. I've had enough of this bullshit that I have been dealing with. I am no longer choosing that as my life. I'm not going to continue to make the same choices and decisions that keep giving me those same results. I've had enough. And I just get like the biggest confirmation download of my whole life, making my whole life make sense in like one evening. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like, am I on drugs? No, this is just the consciousness upgrade. This is just my consciousness upgrading itself. Okay. Well, thanks for listening. More to come. This is just the beginning. And no evil against me shall prosper. No evil against me shall prosper. Bitches. Love you.